Good morning, y'all. I have some things I want to talk about while we get our fitness on. And I promised you that I would be on Wednesday. And unlike some people, I keep my promises. There's a lot to talk about, but I will say that since tomorrow is Greg and my anniversary, I might be MIA from some of my favorites. I'm not disappearing, y'all, but priorities, especially since it is our anniversary. Oh, so what can I say? This week has already been kind of a busy week for us, especially since I'm doing stuff for politics-wise. I know some people hate that, but don't worry, this Fitbang ain't going to be about that. Not only that, but still trying to get that big box of books here. I'm thinking about getting a quick shipment of like 10 so I can at least fire the giveaways up again, but I'm trying to just be patient because it was a big order, because I wanted to give enough prints away, signed prints away, for people to feel appreciated for getting me well over 3K in subscribers. And it's like I said, unlike Chantal, who lied about doing giveaways and never did it, nobody can say that about me. When I hit past 1K, I did them, and I intend to do them again. I even got little things that I could put in the boxes. The only books I currently have, besides my own personal first print of Axiom, is the 2 that I have reserved for other people months ago. I think one, Salty Beach, I'm still waiting to hear how she wants to have her sent, and then AYE, who I got an email. But other than that, I am still just waiting, y'all. It's coming though. Your girl doesn't promise stuff and not deliver. But speaking of saying stuff, I know some of you have already read my community tab, so y'all know how I feel about what's gone down the last few days. Y'all also know that I'm a part of a lot of people's communities now. Whether they're big creators or creators that haven't hit that 1K mark yet, if you see me in your comments, if I'm liking you, if I'm giving you props, it means I watch your shit. I can't get to everybody now because there are a lot of people, and I have a lot of people that I favor. You know, I seen Girl Please in my comments yesterday, and I was so happy because she's a Jamaican reactor who I adore. So it's like I said, just because you don't constantly see me leaving comments doesn't mean I ain't watching most of Girl World. It's just there are certain people that I learned, just by the way they act, to keep a bit of a distance. And then there are people that if I had listened to the rumors about them, I probably would have missed out on so much fun. One of those people is the YouTube Underground, aka Yaba. I found out about her right before Scatgate. And how did I find out about her channel? The Heifer's Rage. It's funny how your rages tend to draw people to other people. And one of the things I did was I lurk listen, like I did at Frenchie's for almost a year. I would just lurk listen because I don't want to ingratiate myself if I'm not going to feel comfortable. But the thing with Frenchie and the girl gang was, the moment I did start talking, it was like I belonged. So I did the same thing with Yaba, only it was a bit sooner that I started talking because she was funny as fuck. Like, I laughed so hard at just the scale voice, the opinions that I agreed on, and it was just a fun time. And it's been a fun time for almost a fucking year because Heffa decided to go after Yaba. And I've said it before and I've said it again, that the red hijab rant was what brought my ass into starting to commentate. You could have left me alone, Chantal, but apparently you're just playing me on the bike, showing actual fitness, and calling you heifer was too much for you. That is the funniest thing about this. You said, she started first. You're literally a 100K channel, but I started first. I was under 1,000, and you still got big mad, and I know you watch. I know you sit there saying, how could people watch her with a squeaky boy? Why doesn't she put some WD-40 on it? Because people like the fact that I can do this while exercising, while using weights, and still call your ass out. The thing you originally said about Yaba's deceased partner was bad enough. And I did a calling out the Heffa on that using Girl Please's reaction, because I love the way she read out your stupid attack on somebody who wasn't even alive to defend themselves. And granted, what we learned from the other night, which is why I took a time to just calm down, because it made me a bit mad. It is a dark situation, but it's not on Yaba. It's not on Sam, her wife. It is something that a lot of people, big family or small family, might have had to go through or not talk about, because it really is a dark scenario. It ain't my story to tell, but for everybody who's been in my comments, Heffa and her little group of friends, I'm going to call them her friends now, decided to go to a vlog site that is notorious for digging up stuff about people and using that as a weapon to chase them off. They have done it to people who were literal faves on here. They have done it to people they just don't like. They especially like to target creators of color with it. So I avoid places like that. The only time I was ever a part of like a forums was that Lipstick Alley, and I didn't remember my login for that. And that was to just find out about this family channel that I thought was really sus when it comes to their kids. And they had all the tea about them. But either way, back to the point. These people like to use that blog site to legitimately harass, target, and send complete hate to anybody they deem either too big, too black, too whatever they don't like. They make sock accounts to harass people. They like to insult at a juvenile level, but heaven forbid if you insult them, then they want to open up the gates of hell. And like I said, unlike some of these other creators, because I was forged by Twitter. I had assholes back in 2016 especially trying to call my job when I was working a regular job. And just constant harassment. So I'm kind of used to and know how to navigate whatever these idiots try. Because I'm not a hidden person. Being a writer, I knew. Put my name out there like that, there is a good chance that people might try to start again. And you know what? I'm used to it. I don't hide from my past because I ain't done nothing in my past to be ashamed of. On top of that, anything that they dig up on my family, I probably already talked about it in either mental health vlogs or whatnot. So, I don't care. But the thing is, some of these people really do like to dig up dirt on people's past and use it against them. Whether it's a past rental history, or whether it's a past partner that they divorced from who has a dark problem and had a dark problem. Doxing where people live, doxing their jobs, doxing anybody's associated with them. But the thing that really fired me up, and I'm so glad I waited a day to calm down, because the details of it is dark enough. But you knew that this story involved somebody well under the age of 10. And you still used it to try to attack Yaba and Sam. And it backfired on y'all because you looked like fucking degenerates. Pieces of shit degenerates for even doing something like this. But then your little Trojan whale decided she was going to waddle into it because she loves drama. No matter what you say, Chantal, you love drama, you love tea, you got nothing else going on for you. That's why you did that sad-ass taco stream where you put on clown makeup and sitting there talking about your past like we ain't all seen it, like it ain't archived. You know if that fucking Canadian crack demon called you back today, you would be dumping Scatbot because he's constantly leaving you alone to play with his friend. Whatever. It's your fantasy. We ain't got to indulge in it. But what set me off with you is you laying in sealed position on that couch, talking all that shit about something that A, is none of your business. B, you do not have the moral high ground to comment on. Whatever her ex-husband did. And it was pretty bad, y'all. And she even said it in that night stream that I sat and listened to. It has nothing to do with Yaba. If you can't attack Yaba on the stuff she says about you, if you can't get her back and back like a normal beef is supposed to be, then you need to stay the fuck out of this, Chantal. Because you're the one who gave a platform to the Canadian crack demon. You're the one who let Karate Joe be a beezer and a mod. And even after it was found out what he did, who he was, you still defended. You said if somebody like that pays their dues to society, even though people like that are normally reoffenders, because you can't just get rid of those nasty tendencies. Oh, well, he was just a mod. How can you associate him to Chantal if you don't want us to associate Yaba's acts to her? First of all, I didn't say Chantal did exactly what Karate Joe did, but Chantal is documented to the fact that Mr. Snowflake's fourth coverage of her documentary showed her, or was it the third? It was the third or the fourth? It might have been the third. Showed her defending Karate Joe. You ain't never seen Yaba defending her ex. She said, talk your shit about him. That's why she left him. So, no, it's not the same scenario. Also, now that I know that Chantal keeps minors in her chat, unlike the rest of us reactors, yeah. On top of, yeah, it was episode 3, because episode 4 was where the Omegle thing dropped. Miss, I'm gonna sit in lingerie on the site that you knew kept minors. On the site that you got exposed by a underage guy, and you kept talking about his body part. Saying, oh, he can't be a minor. Oh, I'm old enough to be his mom. That's hot. Say whatever the fuck you want. Talking about you're doing it to defend the kids. You don't give a fuck about those kids. You hate us moms so much that you're constantly like, oh, I don't understand how a mother can get on and spread hate. First of all, your actions is what we hate, Chantal. Second of all, you are a cautionary tale for any of us parents. If anything, once our kids are old enough to understand, we should show them you so that they never fall into the web trap of a big fat spider like your ass. It's like I said, this goes beyond dinging each other. I'm okay with a good beef back and forth every once in a while. But some of you go a bit too far, and they get mad when people go from friendly fade to a full-on war. Some of you like to act like because you weren't platformed with these bigger creators that you can just attack them, that they don't deserve it, even though their communities are fun. People love talking to each other. We enjoy calling out the Heffa because we can't do it in her chat. She doesn't like any dissent. She said it plenty of times, even though she tried to deny it at first. I want my hug box. I only want positivity. And I wouldn't even fault her on that if she wasn't such a fucking negative void soul. But the point of the matter is, you laying there acting like you had the moral high ground against something that A, wasn't supposed to be out there because they were trying to protect a severely underage child who was already fucking traumatized. But B, ain't none of your business. I don't care how much you hate Yaba. I don't care how much you hate FFG. I don't care how much you hate me. The moment you have to resort to that blog site to get information, to attack people, you've already lost, Chantal. Because we already know your clapbacks are weak. Oh, you got no teeth. But still, at 47, I look far younger than you. I'm in better shape than you. And unlike you, when they told me the only way I was going to be able to give my partner a child is to work on my weight loss, I did it. Because I want things in life that you ran from. You can't even take care of yourself. You're making a fucking animal, 2 animals, I guess, since Harry is alive for now. Miserable. You spy yourself all the time and you're trying to fake media and don't think I didn't notice that shit. Oh, is Chantal having a nervous breakdown? No, she's having a bad acting arc. I'm not saying the bitch don't have mental problems. I'm saying she doesn't stick around enough to get diagnosed, so I don't feel shit for her. I think she's using this to justify the putting on makeup, the talking to herself, the yelling at her chat and stuff. She's only going to get worse because I'm knowing that that man is sick of her. That's why he's hardly there. And when he shows up, she acts like, oh no, see, we're a normal couple. It's normal for your man to be out 2, 3 later at night and not be working, just hanging out with the boys. Okay then. Oh, it's natural. And we FaceTime each other. We put on location. You don't go out, so you mean you make him put on location so that you can try to track where he is. It's kind of hilarious. Everybody wants to talk about when your karma is coming. You're living yours. Because you refuse to put in the work to better yourself. You refuse to put in the work to be a better person. And you try to act like you're moral and pious just because you put on a freaking hijab and a abaya to cover the years of damage that you did and currently keep doing to yourself. You're ignoring your serious medical issues to just have brownies. Because I can't go cold turkey. I can't just change my life. Why can't you? What is going to be the motivator for you to fucking wake up and realize that you don't have much time left? You are playing a dangerous game with your health. It is a constant game of Russian roulette for you. But no, you would rather wade or waddle into drama that you should have stayed out of. Because like I said, like some of your other degenerates, you don't have the moral high ground with this, Chantal. You are a degenerate. You have given us years of lying about abuse, lying about SA, lying about just being defending your predators. Even your bestest buddy has questionable taste with his writing. I don't like normally bringing that up because I don't like thinking about the way you've made that man a forever Stockholm Syndrome sufferer. He's not a good person, because trust me, I remember Timbits. But when you see how quick he is to defend your ass when you can't even do the same for him, oh, just leave him alone. That's all you got? He's supposed to be your best friend, but you treat him like a doormat and a backup sandwich. So no. You have always attracted the worst of the worst. And now you're doing it on YouTube, and I love that for you. But what I don't love is how low y'all think you're going to go with people who are just doing the thing and having fun. You chase them off, more will come. People will gravitate to that person. But eventually you are really going to pick the wrong one to keep attacking. And I think you might have already. Because as much as I stay on the sidelines for it, I've seen reactors who have partnered up with channels that really have nothing to lose and want to go after you now. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because it's not me. I'm just going to keep it to commentary for now. I already have enough to deal with politics, and I don't need to be war ready on YouTube. It's supposed to be a fun site for us. This is supposed to be a place where people can come, talk, kiki it up, and then bounce and do whatever else they're going to do for their day. It's for people who might not even get out. Social anxiety exists, who are like, yay, my favorite reactor's live. I can sit and socialize that way. I'm not leaving you people out because I know you exist. I understand that because there are a lot of days where I'm hunched over my computer either writing, coming up with content, or whatnot. But I still get out. I just don't choose to stick a fucking phone in the people that I care about's face, because my life is not content. My content is my commentary. I know Chantal is too stupid to understand that because she made her content all of her life until she realized how much it blows up in her fucking face. She's the one that was like, well, I got a vlog, awful stories about my sexual prowess. I gotta talk shit about my family and how I was born, and now wants to fucking reinvent the narrative. But it's documented. Especially after people realize you're a dirty deleter. You'll put stuff out there and then be like, no, I didn't say it. You can't find proof. I hit delete on it. That's not how the internet works, Chantal. So no, you can't just talk about how you were a planned pregnancy. Your mom was well under the age for that to be true. You can't talk about how certain members of your family want to be with you and talk to you, and that you're ignoring them. Because we have all seen the signs that that's not the case either. Your relationships are transactional all the time. Whether it's your family, whether it's the friends that you lose, that you have to bring up now because you still live 20 years in the past, to your current transactional relationship that you keep trying to defend because you just want to be claimed. I tell you to get some self-esteem, but at your age and your level of defiance, I doubt that's ever going to be your thing. You don't care. It's always been superficial. You don't care. It's always been about what people think about you, and you don't understand that you can't control that narrative, especially after how long you've been on YouTube acting like a whole ass fool. The only positive I can take from even watching clips of you, because I refuse to give you direct views. I would never burn my money getting you a cameo or sending you a super chat, because what the fuck? But one of the positives I take is watching you keeps me straight. Keeps me on the path of continuing on days where I wake up and it's like, I don't feel like exercising today. You want to end up like the heifer? Heck no. So I get my ass on the bike, or we walk, we do things to keep ourselves on the right path. And it's not rapid. It is a slow, steady progress that has built my stamina up, that allows me to do things without having to sit all the time. I remember how it was last year, even. I was still one of those people that bare meals. I sat at my counter, and I hated that. Little things like just being able to stand and do things without feeling complete, tired, and fatigued. You can't imagine what that feels like when you were trapped in mountains of fat. And I just don't understand why you would want that. The immobility. The having to rely on somebody else. That's another reason why I don't believe your claims that you were a DV survivor. Because putting yourself in a vulnerable position like that, nah, doesn't gel with me. I'm sorry, but I like being mobile. I like being able to give my opinions, turn this shit off, and go do what I want to do during the day. I like staying on my routine. And no, heifer, not everybody wants to vlog what they eat in a day, but I can fucking guarantee you, it is far less than what you shovel in your face. Oh, if they're not eating fast food, how can they all be fat, you say? Tell us you don't know how to cook without telling us you don't know how to cook. Especially growing up on Southern and New York style cooking, and you don't realize that there are other foods out there besides Burger King and McDonald's that can make you fat? Okay, whatever, dum-dum. Your slop is probably putting pounds on you. You know, you think, well, it's homemade, so it's got to be healthier. Not the way you cook it. Here's a hint. You don't need oil and everything. When you're making stuff like ground beef, it makes its own oil. So you don't have to add olive oil. Oh, you were just doing that to saute the vegetables? Bullshit. You could have cooked the meat first, which is a lot of home-cooked style, and then saute the vegetables in that fat, rendering in it. But, of course, it's talking to a toddler, so you're not going to do the right thing. You're going to clog your already struggling arteries with more grease, more salts, more sugars in defiance. It's your life to play around with, heifer. But you can't say anything besides, well, this is how it happened for me, so it's got to be like that for them. And that's why we call you a narcissist. Because you don't even understand that not everybody has the same mindset, path, or reason for why we got big. And you play that game of, I don't think I could ever talk about what happened to me when I was younger, leaving people to speculate, but I don't think so. I honestly think if something that traumatic happened to you for real, you'd be all over the place trying to use it to shut people up, to say, well, see, they're just attacking me when I went through this. You were probably mocked, which a lot of us was. Anybody over the age of 30 remembers going to school during those days before the Stop Bullying campaigns. You were probably exposed to a lot of vicious comments where you went to school and stuff, but you're far from the only person. We have an epidemic here in the States with people that attack kids, whether it's for their size, their color, their gender identity, their sexual orientation. The suicide rates for the LGBTQIA is big as it is because of bullying in school still, even with the Stop Bullying and Stop Hate campaigns. You're not unique in that, Chantal. But you like to try to get people on your side to act like, well, maybe she did go through something as a child. I wouldn't trust her anymore. She's another boogie that can say something just to try to act like it's a shield or a cudgel against people. And you don't use your past traumas to stop negative criticism. It's going to happen. No matter how good you think you are, no matter how nice you think you are, there are always going to be people that just don't like you. I know that for a fact. Sometimes I don't even have to do anything but show up black and have people not want to deal with me because of their preconceived notions. So I just stopped giving a fuck. You like me? Great. I'm going to probably disappoint you. If you hate me, even better, let me give you a reason. But what I'm not going to fucking do is sit there and go, oh, I got to change people's opinions on me. Who the fuck cares? That's the difference between you and I, Heffa. I'm glad you don't like me. I hope I continue to be hated by you. Because you are the antithesis of everything I believe in. Setting goals, hitting them. Setting a dream and chasing it and achieving it. Doing everything I can for my loved ones. Dealing with life with a mental health issue. Dealing in life with damage that I did to myself. I'm never going to not look at myself and not see those days that I was mega morbidly obese. But I don't let that shit shut me down from doing what I got to do to make my life better. I might like to listen in on drama, but you never see me throwing rocks and hiding my hands. If I don't like somebody, they know about it directly. And I don't need to spread malicious rumors about people aside from them or their past if I don't like them. That's the difference between you and I, Chantal. It's called maturity. It's called home training. It's called knowing not to get myself involved with people who go that low. But you need friends and backup so badly that you don't even question the people that are currently backing you up. They don't care if your channel gets yeeted every time you wade into their shit. They don't care if you lose everything. It'll be they'll glow for it. They'll do emergency streams. Talking about, oh, how she was gone. We never really liked her anyway, but it's not fair. And now all these other reaction channels are going to lose their bread and butter. How are they going to feed their kids? It's the same shit over and over and over. And if you don't think they won't move over to either the Oklahoma heifer, that Florida girl who I don't cover because she doesn't seem like a bad kid. And she is a kid to me. Willow from TikTok, Denise, Shanae. There's a lot of replacements, worse replacements when it comes to Shanae. So don't think you're that special there, champ. There are going to be plenty of people to step up to the Thunder Thigh Zone. And that's why I keep my chaotic neutral, because I don't want to get so heavily involved that I flip to the other side. I don't want this shit to bother me once I'm off of it. I don't want it to be my main focus because I got writing to do. I got fun to have. But it is fun to watch you get pissed off. It's fun to see the Oklahoma heifer talking about lawsuits and how she can sue Mr. Snowflake for speculating and other people like she's going to really do that. Both of you have tried that shit. I'm going to sue everybody. How dare they use the shit I say online against me? Ma'am, your shit is documented. You can't say that the stuff that we comment on is anything but us commenting the shit you put out there. So you can go on believing that you have a case, Amber or Chantal. You will be the ones embarrassed at this point. All I know is that I am so glad that I used the wisdom to calm down before I did this one. Because I was heated the other night. I don't think it's right to use people's past against them like that, especially when it's not something they directly did. When they have children to shield from this shit. I don't like that there's a site that's literally dedicated to coordinate a hate attacks, but there's not much you can do about that. If you're a reactor that has pages on there, you just gotta ignore it. These are people that are taking their time out of their lives to focus on you and trying to find anything they can about you to try to knock you off the perch they think you don't deserve. You have to be strong enough to realize that none of that shit matters. That nothing they bring up about your life matters. And if they do go too far and show your address and stuff, you really do have legal ramifications against them. Because nobody should be doing that shit to you. As far as you girls go, the fact that you're confusing doxing with showing shit that your partners have put online, that's crazy. And I don't recommend any reactors going that far real life with these cows, because they give us everything without having to go that low. But that's just my wisdom on this. I just hope that you, Chantel, learn to mind your business. Stop trying to get back at Yaba or anybody else with bullshit you got from that vlog site. And get some better friends, or get actual friends at this point. Because if you had them, you wouldn't be so busy doing this petty shit and acting like, well, it's not me, it's what I heard. You should have kept it to yourself. But that's 30 minutes, y'all. Like I said, tomorrow's our anniversary, so I will not be in a lot of favorites, I don't think, unless they do early morning shit. But I got a makeup Bonnet Chronicles later on Twitch today, because yesterday we were in town far too late and I did not want to rush back and try to jump on. And we got the front office set up anyway, so it's going to be good. Other than that, I really hope that you have a great hump day. I hope that your day is full of productivity, whether you think it's not. Get your arts and craft done. Get your creative projects done. Get your house clean and exercise done. Just do something to get that mental and physical health churning, because life is too short to be a Chantal. I'll see y'all soon.